everybody! Welcome to Gold Mining Simulator. I wanted to do something new for you guys. I'm going to start this video out the same way I would end it. If you like what you see, please like the video. If you want to see more of this, please tell me in the comments how you feel. And please subscribe. But today we're going to start out, we're going to do something I've actually never done in this game. And that's actually play through on hard mode. Because, you know, I think it could be a lot more fun than being able to jump right in and gain all sorts of goodies right away. Actually work for our money today. You are a veteran, huh? Great, it'll be fun. In hard mode, you will not use any help dedicated for new players. There will be higher prices, less gold, and more malfunctions during the game. Start with 0. So before you do anything else, go to the old Glen Bank, take a loan. There won't be much, but it should be enough to start prospecting with manual hog pan. Alrighty then. Well, that sounds like it could be fun. Alright, well, let's just hop right in and see where we can go. And yes, for anybody who hasn't played this game, you can actually switch the cameras. This here is obviously camera 1, the HUD or behind the wheel camera. Camera 2 is just a strict follow. And camera 3 is follow, or a free follow camera. And yep, without any money, I can't fill up my truck. So let's head to the bank. Get what we can. Oh, quiet down, Bell. Alright. Shut off the engine because we don't want to waste gas. And it says it, bank. Alright, how much of a loan can we actually get? 250 or 500? Well, daily payment would be 241, or should I go for... Wow, I can go 2 years. Oh, number of payments, so that's daily. Okay, so 24 daily payments of $52. Or do I just do 3 payments? I'll just do 3 payments, because I'd rather get loans paid off as quickly as possible. Alright, so now we have a $500 loan. I like the free follow camera most times, so. Alright. I don't know. Oh crap, I forgot to. Oh, set. Oh shoot, I need to set the parking brake. I'm just going to let it roll into the wall. Okay. I forgot to actually lease the property that we're going to need. So instead of wasting gas, I'm just going to run back. Oh, Lord have mercy. Oh, you gotta love when you forget to actually do the one thing that you have to do. So there are 4, maybe 5 plots that you can take. The first one is Old Arnold. It's free to lease, but you pay like, I think it's 10%. Oh, provisions of rent is 30%. So 30% of the gold I pull out goes to Old Arnold, unless I actually purchase it for $600,000. Then the next one is Rivertown, Pine Valley, Nighthawk. Then finally, the biggest one is Waterfall Valley. That one's a little on the expensive side of $10 million to buy it. $3 million just to lease it. Yeah. So, You always start with Old Arnold because, well, that's about all the money you have. And just a little bit of knowledge. Alright, let's see. What can we actually afford to do? Well, I know I always need a couple buckets. I don't know how many buckets are going to start over there, or if I'm going to need to buy everything, because, well, they give you the option to buy these, and I know at least in the normal start, you're provided that right away. Okay, let's see if I can buy the whole setup. At least the easiest setup. Because that, you actually have to have a pump with a hose and everything like that. And, well, I can't even hardly afford the pump right now, so we'll start with this one. It'll be a little hands-on today, but And I need 4 of those. So, can I afford it? 359. Whoo, so close. But we're going to get it right away. Oh yeah, find all of our equipment right where I parked. Alright. Let's go out and grab this stuff. Yeah, I don't like starting with the way they want me to start, which is just this piece, and 2 of these guys. I don't like doing that because that just, to me, is a little bit of an extra waste of time. You get more gold with all 4 of the miner's mosses there, or hog pan mats, whatever you want to call it. The miner's moss comes later. The hog pan mats, or both sections. That's what I was trying to say, and then my brain put too many things together at one time. Alright, well, let's get this thing over to our property and get started. Here we go. Whee! I know where I'm going, but that's mainly because I've played the game a few times. You do have access. Hold on. Let me stop real quick. We do have a map, just in case you don't know where you're supposed to be going. So, if you're trying to go to Old Arnold, it tells you right here, Old Arnold parcel. You would follow this road down, past the factory, and up and in. All the other properties are basically on the other side, except for what I believe is, Rivertown. So, on the other side of Alaskan River, clever name, is the other 3 sections. And I have played a $1 mode where I could just buy whatever I want. This one is absolutely gigantic. It is the large. They've already said that it's the largest in the game. This comes with the Orange Beast DLC. Which actually, while we're here, we can check out some of the machines that we will eventually be able to get. So, at the very early stages of the game, when you first start getting into the bigger machines, there are different machines over there at the store. I think it's actually that way. No, it's right across. Whatever, it'll be fine. I'm not good with direction. Not that type of direction anyway, but still. There are other machines over there to get, but when you get into the main machines, of course, you'll need sluice boxes, a hopper, the conveyor belt, fuel tanks. I mean, there's all sorts of stuff to get. And I mean, we might be able to get to this point in hard mode. I don't know. I don't know too many people who have actually played in hard mode. Normally, normal is the way to go. Man, $108,000 for the dump truck. There's the big power generator. 2 different excavators, one large, obviously, one small. But the first DLC is called the Frankenstein, which came with all of these machines. A nice big conveyor belt called the Frankenstein. And 2 more trommels of different, obviously, qualities. And then, this newest DLC is the Orange Beast. Now, granted, this part was just part. These here were part of a normal update. You didn't really have to purchase this. But we also have really small machines that we could purchase for a lot cheaper than going for the big boys right away. But I digress. They added a huge excavator, new sluice boxes, a different conveyor belt, a remote controlled conveyor belt at that, the actual Orange Beast. Well, granted, that is about it. Just those 3 items, or 5 items, I should say. Math is hard. But I digress. This is neither here nor there. These here, these 3 main pieces here, is the actual Orange Beast. You need all 3. And technically you need 2 of these here, the sluice boxes, to run the Orange Beast. But that's neither here nor there. It is a massive machine that you will need, most likely, the huge excavator for, or at the minimum, a front-end loader with a dump truck or something to run it, because it takes, in the $1 mode, I tested the machine out, it takes a long time to fill up to 100%. That's neither here nor there. That's just some of the machines that we can get. And this boy here, this is the drill. It helps you find where all the good gold deposits are. I usually try to take all of the dirt anyway, so I'm not really worried about figuring out where the good gold deposits are, because, well, I'm taking it all regardless. But let's get over there and see if we can make some money today and either pay off our loan or at least get us to the point of, well, having enough money to pay the loan each day. Whee! Ooh. Laggy for a second. Oh, drifting. Ah, here we are, the old Arnold parcel. It's hard words. Hard to speak words. Alright, so usually when you get to a new parcel, there are a few things that are relatively similar. Let me shut this thing off so it's a little quieter. You have a storage location for all of your machines. That is mainly for when winter actually hits. So that way you don't break anything. You just pack it all in there before you go wait out the winter. You have a buy-sell area. So where the little cash register is, that's where you would actually sell any old equipment you don't want. The section off to the side, let me just run over here real quick. If you buy anything from your tablet, it will spawn in at this location. This here's obviously another storage area. Set things up here. In one of my playthroughs, probably a good couple years ago, back when this was Gold Rush Simulator, I actually set up my wave table and all that in here. So there is no one way that you actually set your main collection section up. Now, how you set up your machines, those are usually set. Like right now, we have to hog pan, so we got to go to the hog pan area. Oh yeah, I got to collect the stories, just so that way I don't see that all the time. But before I set that up, we're gonna go over here. They added ourselves a little puppy for us to say hello to. And yes, we can feed him. If I would put it in the right spot. There we go. Feed my puppy. But we also have a little travel trailer that we can use to sleep out the day, wait for a couple hours, whatever we need. This here is where we will set up the major machines. The hopper, the conveyor belt, the shaker. All of that actually goes in this area right here. I mean, it gets to be a pretty large setup. And this is the main dig area for the actual larger machines. Now let's get back over here. And yes, if we make the right amount of money, we can actually set up a water tower. It's only $150,000. That won't take us 6 years to get to. Yeah. But there is also usually a tent. Oh good, they did actually leave this with me. I was hoping. Oh, that would suck. This is actually how you do your panning for gold. So collect your water, and I'll set this right here, because why not? It don't matter where you set this one. Heck, I could take this back to the tins if I really wanted to. And then our actual gold pan, a couple extra buckets, as well as the tablet I was talking about earlier. So if I unlock things, I can actually purchase new equipment, my machines, I can hire workers, which the workers don't really do much other than if you hire one specifically for the hog pan, he will switch out your miner's mosses. Or your hog pan mats, whatever you want to call them. If you hire them for a vehicle, they keep the vehicle from breaking down as quickly. So, and you can then transport any vehicles or major machinery that you buy with this one. So, yeah, there's quite a bit to actually look at, uncover, do, whatever you want to call it. And, yeah. There is stuff to actually do other than scoop the dirt, empty the dirt. But that is about 90% of the play. Alright, let's get around here. I gotta unload everything, and we'll get it all set up. Alright, now, when setting up the sluice boxes, you have to start with number 1 here. You place it in, because obviously there is only one area that it actually goes, and it snaps into place, which is nice. And you can see the small outline of it right there. And bloop. Granted, after you place the first one, you can easily place this piece, the actual tray for it. The hog pan, no problem. And now, officially, I am ready to start digging. You do have actual tools already in your inventory. So this will tell me what quality my parts are. Let me switch back to here. Because there are parts that you can replace. Like your oil filter, your battery, your tires. So if you're questioning, okay, how good of quality is this? Am I going to need to replace it soon? You hover over it and you click. So my oil filter, or my fuel filter, sorry, it's the fuel filter. Whatever. Is actually at 100% right now. My battery, same thing. And yes, you can wear out the parts. So you leave the truck running too often, or leave the lights on, it can wear the battery out. You know, stuff like that. And every machine has at least something. Like when you get the water pump, the filter's on it. But there's just all sorts of stuff to keep in mind. But let's get in here and get some go taken care of. Try to get this thing up to 100%. And every scoop, as you see, raises that little bucket icon up. So we get it filled up to 100%, or at least close. Especially if you're not using a pump. When you start using a pump, it's a lot easier to deal with. One more scoop. There we go, 100%. When you actually have a pump, all you have to do is have it turned on, and it'll instantly rinse away the water or the dirt that you put in, so you can just keep scooping. Well, right now we have to take buckets of water, which this one I've already pre-filled, and you just dump it in, and it runs through. So now we'll gain percentages on the actual mats themselves. Fill it back up with water, and dump the water. Pretty simple concept. And no, you don't actually have to wait on the water to quit running. And ta-da! No more in there, and we're already up to 9% on that. Now, the main reason I buy more than the 2 buckets that it gives me, first off, I didn't know if it would actually start me with any buckets, but I usually like to go a few clean outs before I actually worry about doing my gold can. So, I'm going to continue this little part, just the hand digging part, rinsing out until the first clean out. And then I'll see you then. Oh yeah, one little fun bit of information that I hadn't mentioned yet while I'm in the middle of doing that. Oh, I didn't get it fully rinsed out. Well, fine then. I thought that would have been empty by now. Alright, that's fine. I don't mind. You don't actually have to fill this thing up. You can actually scoop this into a bucket and rinse out just the actual dirt itself. Make sure there's no extra dirt in that. Which there was. A little bit of extra dirt. But yeah. So if you don't want to take the time to fill that up to 100%, you just want to collect the gold right away, well, you actually can. You don't actually have to sift it through the mats. So since I did this, go down and sift out the dirt. Clean out the water, clean up the water. Now, do you find nearly as much gold? No. No, you do not. Because right now, I believe I have one little nugget of gold in this entire pan. You can see that just by the difference in color from the dirt. Now, I can always double check to make sure. Go back down. The water does not... If the water discolors, there's more gold and you're cleaning off more dirt. You're cleaning the rocks. If it doesn't become discolored, then, well, obviously, you're done cleaning everything. So, all of that for 0.008 ounces of gold. While this will actually give me far more. So, I mean, I say far more, but probably not a whole heck of a lot. But, you know, whatever. Not a big deal. Alright, so we are officially at 100% on this. No more gold will fit on these mats. So, the way you do these cleanouts, you take a full bucket, take out your mats, and you can rinse them out. Each bucket you can actually hold all 4 mats into. So you're not cleaning out one bucket at a time or one mat at a time type stuff. You're actually doing the whole clean out with this one bucket. At least on this setup. Eventually you'll need like 5 or 6 buckets to get through everything. So, you know, it gets more fun. But now we saw what just a single scoop of just regular dirt does. And it's the same idea. You gently shake it, because you can actually knock out the yeah, you can knock this stuff out of there, and if you lose any of your gold, well, that's gold lost. Alright, empty out the water. And you can see just how much more gold is in here. So we'd only gotten 0.008 ounces from one. So, and this is just the first of like 3 or 4 pours of the actual bucket there. So put that away so I don't accidentally dump anything out of it. I don't think you can, but yeah, almost 0.18 ounces just on that one scoop. Almost. And yeah, you pour the next batch in, sink it down, shake it out. Now, from what I've found, in real life, panning is a lot more difficult than it's shown in this game. But if they made it too difficult, nobody'd want to play. So, alright, collect the next batch of gold. I believe I had it all cleaned out. If you don't know for certain if you do, you can always retest by setting it back in and doing a little more shaking. Like if you have a sneaking suspicion you missed something, you know, and yes, you can, since you can get out even the smallest amounts of gold from each scoop, you don't actually have to take the loan even on hard mode. You just come out here, grab your buckets, grab your stuff here, and just start panning scoops at a time. You know, that just makes it more efficient. And yes, you can leave this under the water, but I find it a little bit better so you can see the quality of the water change. Alright, empty out the water, pull this up close to my face hole, and look pretty good. And yes, this is physics-based, so if you have too much of an angle, you will have gold and stuff fall out. So, like if I decided to set it here, whoop, everything would roll out. So you have to be very careful on that. Alright, last little bit, and I can tell because the bucket is empty, so that can go over there. And start the panning process. Maybe not the most glamorous part of the job, but it's how I make my money, so I want to make money. Aha, there we go. Let's Ooh, good chunks of gold in this one too. Usually by the time I'm down to the last little section, I'm using my little suction bottle more than anything, so. So, our first real clean out gave us quite a bit. I mean, yeah, where you don't even have an ounce of gold yet, we have 0.7 ounces. But at current gold prices, which you can check by going to the Old Glen Bank or on your tablet, obviously, their app. And you can look at your parcels, loans, stock. It tells you what the current gold prices are in the game. And you can select it by 1 day, 5 days, 10 days, the full year. You can actually see where the gold prices have been all year. I like to do it by the day so that way I can see, okay, at 11 p.m. or 11 a.m. I mean, because it goes into 24-hour time. So at 11 a.m. it was actually better than it is right now. One full day ago. But right now we're at $1,200 an ounce. $1,222.89 per full ounce. So 1 ounce of gold will net you that $1,200 after you get it processed into gold bars, which let me do at least a couple ounces of gold, and then we'll head over and get it processed, and I'll show you that process as well. Pull up the map real quick. So where I'm actually going is I'm currently right here. I'm going to follow this road back through the area here. So this one right here, right after I leave my parcel here, that's where I would dump my magnetite trailer. Whenever I finally do get that, that's going to take a while. But it's this area here. I'm going to be traveling up past the store and the place where we just looked at all those massive machines. I'm going to pass all of that and head down the main road a little bit to the actual blacksmith. That's where I get my gold smelted down. That's what I'm doing right now. That's where I'm heading. So now here's the store where we bought our initial machines. I'm now turning over and heading to the blacksmith. Slow down so I don't run into any poles. Oh my goodness. And shut off the engine. There's another story piece, which you can find these little stories dotted all over the map. So if you're really into the story, you go in here and you can actually look at the stories themselves. The magnetite area, the parcel. It gives you a little, kind of like a backstory of the actual area that you're in. So blacksmith. Yeah, I ain't even going to pronounce that. Grab the hammer and come over here. Coming! You know, it's an actual storyline for this. And there is, as you can see, just dotted all over the... Oh, I'm at the last page. I was just clicking for no reason. But it's dotted all over the place. But right now we're here to get our gold. So you don't actually get to go inside. You don't actually see anybody. You select it up and you actually have all of your things to do. So right now I can do 1.4 ounces of gold for the $141 that I have. Granted, I only have 1.4 ounces, so I'm literally right there. It's going to take 15 minutes and I will lose 0.14 ounces of gold. That hurts, but it is what it is, yo. Now, once I have magnetite, I can actually upgrade him. So this first upgrade will reduce the amount of time. The second upgrade, obviously the cost. Third upgrade here reduces how much gold I lose, and this does the maximum amount of gold I can actually smelt at one time. And that's just for level 1. Now they all require differing, except for these two here, require differing amounts of actual magnetite itself. So let's say I want to upgrade the maximum amount, I'd have to have 1763 grams of magnetite. Yeah. Which, granted, they're meaning ounces. Whenever you switch from grams to ounces, it doesn't swap the blacksmith. It's whatever. I can sell the magnetite directly to him for $6.42 per ounce. And I can actually sell the gold, just gold ore, directly to him as well. So let's say I'm running really short on funds. I need some quick money. Well, 40% of the current gold price, which is $489. Boom. I can make that per ounce. Block of gold. There he is. And now I'm going to slow it back down because, well, the faster the time goes, the quicker you get to the point where you're going to have to pay. You have to go back, you'll select it. If you have more gold, you can add it and have him start smelting right away, or you just exit. And now I got a 1.2 ounce bar of gold. Our first bar. I would like to set it inside the truck with me, but I don't think that's possible. So whatever. We're going to head over here. We go to the bank to actually sell the gold. And since it's over an ounce, we'll have over $1,200. Or at least we should have. Which can then help us gain either more stuff and just not touch our loan, or we pay our loan and get more stuff later. You know. So right now, I see that it's $1,222.25 for per ounce. Due to the fact that I have 1.27, I'm making $1,500. Sell? Yes. Now I can go into the loan. Excuse me, sorry about that. Pay it off, and now I still have $800 to my name. But since I've paid the loan, or I have more capital, you know, I'm worth more with both my cash and things that I own, I can actually take out a higher loan. Instead of $500, I can now take out $750. So, and the more money you have, the more equipment you have, the higher that's going to go. But since we have $800, we're going to go spend some of it, because we don't owe anything to anybody. Except for old Arnold. Well, if we don't make at least a little bit of gold today, he's going to take him. He's going to take all of our cash. But right now, I want to upgrade stuff. I'll make back a little bit of extra gold for him to be able to take from me tonight. Oh, get past needing to dump buckets of water. Maybe, hopefully. Give me that. Give me a water hose. A big hose. And I'll show you why on the big hose here soon. As long as I actually have enough money to do everything. As well as things that I know I'm going to need. Okay, like that water filter. Okay, let's hope I have enough money. 615. So close. But now we have everything desperately necessary. So, the way these pumps work is you have an inlet and an output. that these big hoses fit on. Then you have two little small outlets here on either side for the garden hose. The big hose, if you want this filter here to stay good, or at least stay good longer, you get yourself one of these type of water filters that kind of sifts out any big chunks of dirt or whatever is flowing around in that little creek that we have. Creek, however you want to pronounce it. It sifts out some of the dirt and the impurities that would damage our actual pump here. So let's just start throwing all this in here. Go get this thing filled up because it's only at 20% fuel. That ain't going to last long. Oh, I just smacked myself into the side. Ouch. Woo, hey now. Yes, you can glitch through things when you're holding it. It's not always advised. Should probably get myself an actual gas tank too. It's only $11 for a gas tank, so that'll give me more fuel later on. The jerry can. So I have $203 to put some fuel into my equipment. I just opened up the lid to it. Oh, I'm such a dork. Whatever. We're gonna go to the gas station. We passed it on our way into town earlier this morning. I always like to shut off the engine. We grab the nozzle like you would any other gas station. Oh, it's $15 a gallon. Oh, that hurts. Because this takes like 5 gallon, I think. I think that's how big it is. Yeah. $80. Ouch. Should I top off my truck? No, I only got $103. The moment I need anything, to actually smelt more gold or anything, is the moment that's going to be gone. Time for the good stuff. Upgrades, people, upgrades. Throw that in the hole. Pick off this guy. I don't want you no more. I'll shoot away. Ha ha ha. Grab this. Attach it. Now I have the pump. Open my tailgate here. Whoa, hello. So, when you pick up any new major item, it's going to give you something to let you know. It's going to pop up with that every time. At least the very first time you pick it up. Do I like it? No. Does it happen every time? Yes. So like these, I don't have to worry about because I already picked up one of the accessories. Pick up my big hose. Toss it over. Now the generator, it's going to do it again. Ta-da! Usually it takes you directly to the individual page, so it would show you information on the generators, how to run them, how to work them, all that good stuff. Well, I played too often, I know what I'm doing. Or at least something akin to knowing what I'm doing. So, obviously, you want to get water into the machine itself. So, where it's right now, if I run into it, I can actually scoot it myself. As soon as I connect something, however, it's now frozen in place. It no longer moves. So make sure before you hook it up, it's where you're going to actually want it. Take the end of this hose and drop it in the water. Got to make sure it's actually in the water submerged. Or at least 90% submerged. So now you can see this little icon turn green. If I disconnect, it grays out, lets you know there's no water to it. So you always know for certain. After you have that, then you'll take your garden hose, hook it onto one of the sides, it don't matter which one, as long as it's connected. Run it around, and you can see where it kind of just drops every now and again. That's where it's extended to. You can wind it up as well, so if it's, I placed it down and it looks ugly, or something like that, you can always do that. Then you connect it to the back end here, and now I am fully hooked up, ready to go, able to turn this thing on and start mining. So just like with the other one, you can fill this thing up, which if you don't want to have to stare at the number up top, that wasn't even a full scoop. Give me a full scoop, you. If you see on the actual hog pan these little grates, when you're to the top of those grates, you're at 100% full. So if you're doing this and you don't want to have to keep looking up like, oh, where am I at? Just look at those little slats. And obviously, the angle you're facing matters. But like right now, I'm probably at the 90%. I'm at 100% full right now. I can tell because all those slats are covered. Boom, 100%. Do you have to fill it up to 100% every time? No. Because the glory of this piece, turn it on. That's it. Full cord, turn on. And now it's instantly rinsing. You can now just keep scooping until it's... And no, it's unlikely that you will overfill this thing while it's running by hand scooping. Alright, well for now, I'm just going to call it quits for digging, just for the time being. I did have a few other things I wanted to say, like obviously to turn this thing off, there's the big red button to stop. But, like right now, I don't need this piece anymore. I'm done with it. I'm not going to use it ever again. I could take it over here, drop it into this little box here, and use this, and now I can get 25 bucks back from it. And you can do that with any item that fits in that box. So let's say I buy the small excavator, the really tiny mini excavator, and I've finally upgraded to the small excavator. You know, just going up one notch. I can bring the mini in here, park it in this box, and sell it. You know, any item that fits in there. You can also throw things in the dumpster. It all depends on how you want to do that. But, yes, there is actually a tutorial. So, if I was playing through on easy or normal, it would have given me an option for a tutorial. So, if you're new to the game and you want to figure out the best way or how to actually play, how to dig, how to do anything, that would be how you would do it. Jump on easy, jump on normal, whichever, and look at your tutorial. I've played this for well over 100 plus hours, so I always just skip the tutorial and go straight into digging. But that's because I'm also a free-form player for games like this. I mean, they want you to do very specific things that I just think waste time to me. So, you know, play it however you want. But there is a tutorial to learn how to play. It gives you the explanation of how to dig in the hog pan area. Actually gives you access to more nuggets, I believe. It shows you how to set up machines, stuff like that. So you will get a good explanation of the game with that tutorial. So for new players, I highly recommend going through it. But as of right now, I think we've got enough going on. We've seen a brief opening to this game, how it's actually played. If you want me to continue this series, please let me know in the comments. Tell me if you like it by hitting that like button. If you like the type of games I'm playing, please subscribe to me. I mean, I'm giving the whole spiel again at the end, but I don't care. But yeah, please let me know what you think of this series. If you want it to be a full series, or if this is going to be a one and done, let me know. I want to say thank you all again so much for joining me. Toodles.